Hey, teacups, it's your girl Monica. Welcome back to the All About the Tea channel. Joining me tonight are Teacup affiliates, Schoolboy. Hey, Schoolboy.
Hey, bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Where the white van at?
Listen, we gotta get that comedian up here. Okay, all right. Also joining us this evening is Teacup affiliate, the Bishop. Hey, Bishop.
Hey, how you doing?
Oh, good. Come here, Barry White. Come through, Barry White.
I see you representing tonight. Okay, All right. All right. Also joining us this evening is Teacup affiliate, Plez. Hey, Plez.
Hey, Plez. With the red lip, and the cheetah print.
Hey. Gotta bring them out.
Bring them out.
It's
hard to yell when what?
The barrel's in your mouth.
Oh, child, listen.
Swizzy.
Listen, we don't make the news. We just report it, okay? For those that don't know. Also joining us this evening is Teacup affiliate, Marcella. Hey, Marcella, our favorite auntie.
All I got to do is say the pleasure.
Cat scratch fever.
Oh, I see y'all in a good mood tonight, ready to cut up.
Where's the white man?
Oh my goodness. When he said a short bitch, he was talking to her like she didn't know these people. He said, then a short bitch named Tiny jumps out, and this man named T.I. died. Listen, should we play that tonight? Let me stop. Let me behave myself before these people get mad at me again.
Welcome.
Oh my God. Paula Stinyard, thank you so much for the super chat. She says, I'm ready for this piping hot tea. I know that's right. I am ready for it also. All right, well, let's just get some housekeeping out of the way. All right. First and foremost, please like and share this video. And if you're not subscribed to the channel, I need you to hit that subscribe button down below. And if you're already subscribed to the channel, go on and bang that notification bell so you don't miss out on any of the piping hot tea that we serve on this channel. I see we got a crowded house tonight. Okay. All right. Okay, yeah. Teacups on the agenda tonight. T.I. and Tiny are under investigation by the Los Angeles and the Las Vegas police. Also, we're going to talk about Nelly being pulled into this investigation. Some accusations have been made against Nelly. Nellyville, down in St. Louis, child. Oh, St. Louis has been cutting up lately. First Tim Norman of Sweetie Pies, now this. They're not going to have a legacy left down there.
They already took Chingy down. Now y'all coming to get Nelly.
Oh, goodness gracious. Yeah.
Damn, you can't even listen to Hot in Here no more. It's just, now you just, damn.
Oh, do we still listen to that?
I was in the club this weekend listening to Candy Rain, Soul For Real from back in the day. Shoot, it's real pop.
This is just so sad. So sad. Oh, goodness
gracious. Drop down to get my legal on, too. Air Force Ones, all of that. All of them. Reels.
Music is timeless. I don't care nobody.
Yeah. Nelly over there singing, it's getting hot in here. I might be going to jail. I am getting so hot. I'm going to be in jail.
Taking off all them clothes too. Child. Listen.
Cough when you break down. When you have to bend down your eagle, Nelly.
Yep, that's what they're gonna tell him when he drop down and get his eagle on.
This is not funny, but I can't help but laugh. It's all right. Let's check on our folks. Let's do the roll call. Let's get everybody in the mood. Let me see who we got in the building tonight.
Roll call, it's a roll call. Tune in and let us know what's up with y'all. We want to hear what you got to say. Teacups, turn them up, what you sipping on today. Roll call, it's a roll call.
All right, Patricia Cluis, I see you. Justice Williams, Symphony Love, hey boo. The interracial perspective, maturity not included. Shout out to you and all the mods in the house. Know your own worth, hey sis. Lulu M, hey boo. Lynn Edwards, Laura, Fun to be Blonde, NYC, KC, Alicia, Perfectly Imperfect BX Girl, The One. She says, Plez, I don't even wear lipstick, but yours is always on point. Indeed. Listen, that lipstick line needs to be dropping soon, okay? Misbehaving, hey boo. Joanna, Michelle, Low-Key, Naquita, Alicia, Katrina, Monroe to Dallas. Thank you for the super sticker. We appreciate you. Rain Fire, Mrs. Sweetly Blunt too. Hey boo, how you doing? We was tweeting tonight and stuff. Francois, Danielle, Mystery, Laura, Ashley, LaSheila, shout out to BJ, shout out to everyone in the chat. I'm sorry I can't get to everyone. Just know that we appreciate you. You could be anywhere, but you're here with us and we love it. We appreciate it. So let me dive into this report, okay? Just to bring everyone up to speed, Clifford T.I. Harris and his wife Tiny Harris are being accused of sex trafficking, drugging, and raping numerous women. You all know this already though. Okay. But for some, for those that are coming in new or from other countries or under a rock, that's what's going on. The scandal broke back in January. It all began when a woman named Sabrina Peterson went on Instagram to accuse the ATL rapper of holding a pistol to her head. From there, that led to a slew of allegations from various women accusing the couple of sexual assault, both T.I. and his wife. The panel and I have covered these allegations extensively in numerous previous videos. Just go look at the archives. I mean, we get deep on this topic. When a lot of people didn't want to touch it, we did. We were courageous. And now everyone's covering it. I'm seeing all these different tabloids and publications now are picking it up. So many have asked, when is the police going to get involved? And well, that day has come. That day has finally come, and the LAPD, otherwise known as the Los Angeles Police Department, have confirmed an open investigation is underway. Wow. Okay, so their crime spree is finally, hopefully, coming to an end. Okay, and this crime spree spanned over 2 decades. Yeah. So, and I quote, there's an active investigation into Clifford Harris. Officer William Cooper of the LAPD told Deadline.com on Monday. The official statement comes after rumors of an investigation against the couple were underway. According to the LAPD, the investigation has been underway for the past several weeks. The LAPD detectives met with a Jane Doe last month to discuss claims of drugging and rape by T.I. and Tiny dating back to 2005. And the detectives have been looking into other claims as well, sources tell Deadline.com. The 2005 incident involves a woman being invited back to the couple's hotel room after meeting them in a club, having been offered a drink by T.I. Once she was in the room, the woman told the LAPD officials she soon found herself naked in a shower on a bed with T.I. and Tiny. Hang on a second. Sorry, guys. On a bed with T.I. and Tiny as she felt increasingly sick. Attorney Tyrone A. Blackburn is the Jane Doe's attorney or lawyer, as well as a woman named Rochelle Jenks. Now, Rochelle Jenks filed a report with the Las Vegas Police Department in April, and that details a similar sequence of drinks and rape as well. On March 1st, well, let me stop right there. Let me get some feedback from the panel. Schoolboy, what are your thoughts on this news?
We said, one, I could see like one, maybe two, but as many as people that have come out saying this, and now we actually have one name. We have a Jane Doe, but we also have a name of one person. All I can say is Godspeed. If they didn't do it, they'll be proved innocent. If they did, lock their ass up. That's all I got.
Get them off the streets, absolutely. Bishop, your thoughts?
I mean, they're coming forward. I mean, if it like what Schoolboy says, nothing much to be said. If they did it, they did it. If they didn't, I hope they be proven innocent.
Yeah, absolutely. Marcella, your thoughts on this breaking news? I mean, it broke yesterday, but what are your thoughts?
The feds have been watching. And I'm going to tell you, LA, Las Vegas, then caught on. Georgia will connect to that. And honey, goodbye, T.I. and Tiny. If I was y'all, I would be getting my house in order right now.
A lot of people necessarily don't want to connect Keisha Lance Bottoms to this, but I think my gut feeling tells me she got out of Dodge as the hammer's coming down. What are your thoughts, Ples?
The last person's name you said in your report, Rinks, you said, or Rick?
Jenks, Rochelle Jenks.
She's another attorney, though, right?
Not that I know of. She's a 41-year-old female, and she's being represented by Tyrone Blackburn. I haven't seen any reports as to her occupation.
Okay. No, I thought the way that's why I asked for clarification, because the way when you laid it out, I thought maybe that was some co-counsel helping Attorney Blackburn. Look, I hope he has co-counsel, because this is going to be an uphill battle. He needs help. But I'm glad, as we said in our earlier videos, that's all that for me I wanted to come about is investigation. Like, we hear things about celebrities all the time, and people dismiss the victims because of the power and the influence that the celebrities have. So now that we've got legs, we have actual police departments admitting that this is under investigation. They are taking the appropriate due diligence. I'm here for it. And so for all the people who wanted a name, there's a name. But I hope Attorney Blackburn has some help, because he's super young.
Yes.
He's super inexperienced.
Yeah.
And the attorneys on the other side that T.I. and Tiny pay are not going to be for the weak or the faint at heart. Ultimately, even if, I applaud him for getting it to this place of an active investigation, that's what was needed. He wouldn't be the one to try the actual criminal cases. Those would be the prosecutors of whatever states, and if the feds get into it. But even on a civil level, he's going to need some help. So I hope it goes forward. All full steams ahead. We just want to know the truth. And the ladies and any other people who are alleged victims deserve the truth and deserve justice. Furthermore, I hope it sends a message to any other people, any other people who like to engage in this type of activity, that it needs to stop. You can be as freaky as you want to be with consenting adults. Consent is the key word.
Absolutely. And just like you said, if it does, because he's saying now at this point, you get a press conference and he stated that it's not a civil case. At this juncture, he only wants criminal charges to be filed. So like you stated, he's done a great job. He's been able to use social media, manipulated the press to force these official jurisdictions into investigating this case. So kudos to him. But if it does go to a civil trial, I don't even want him handling the case. They need to get some big wigs in there, some more experienced attorneys, because, he's young and he's eager, but he stumbles over his words. He has a little accent. It's just too much going on. I like the brother, though. I mean, I'm behind him all the way. So on March 1st, Attorney Blackburn held a press conference asserting that he represented 11 individuals, 10 women and 1 man, who have been victims of the Harrises over a 15-year time span. At the time, the Brooklyn-based attorney asserted he and his firm had been contacted by over 30 women who alleged that the Harrises, aided by several individuals in their employment, have kidnapped them, drugged them, raped them, and terrorized them with threats of death or physical bodily harm. Wow. Oh my goodness. The month before that, Attorney Blackburn sent a letter to the California Attorney General saying that, and I quote, "Of the 11 individuals retained by my office, one of them was a resident of California at the time of her drugging and rape, requesting that investigators and prosecutors from your office get involved. The correspondence added that these women are unaware of each other, and without any leading on my part, they recount eerily similar events of sexual abuse, forced ingestion of illegal narcotics, kidnapping, terroristic threats, and false imprisonment." Let me stop right there. Schoolboy, what are your thoughts on these very salacious allegations?
Did you say a man was involved?
Yeah. Yeah, I said 10 women and 1 man. 11. He's representing 11 victims of the Harrises, the wife and husband pimp team. He has a West Indian accent. He's from Brooklyn, it's a West Indian accent.
What in the entire hell is going on down there in Atlanta? This is why I don't want to go down there. It's too much. They must got white vans rolling up the street, up and down the street all day. I mean, what's going on? This is a damn shame. And I'm gonna tell you, if they got different jurisdictions saying something about this is not gonna go away quietly. I have been watching and I've been, looking at this, and a lot of people were scared to touch it. We did touch it first. So Tip is out here tossing the salad, Lord, and teabagging. My God, it's too much. It's too much.
What you say, Schoolboy?
He teabagging. He out here teabagging.
That's
tossing salad. Allegedly, he out here doing a whole lot of stuff.
What?
Teabagging.
Lord.
You fix it, Jesus. Yes, you got my favorite. The fix it, Lord. Fix it, Jesus. Ooh. All I can say, what did Jessica say the other night? They got Rolls Royces and expensive cars. They probably not in the white van. That's why they got in.
That's why they're getting in. That's why they're all
Y'all better
getting
stay away
in.
from them nice cars. You don't be luring them in. When we was kids, we was told not to talk to strangers. Stop talking to these strangers out here.
Bishop, your thoughts on the allegations? Because we've heard them before, but just to hear it again just reminds us how sick and how sick the couple might be, allegedly.
Yeah, it's ridiculous out there. I'm with school, but I don't know if I want to go to Atlanta anytime soon. It's too much stuff going out there. You got hussies stealing people's husbands. You got folks, just putting people in white vans and putting folks in Rolls Royces. Cocaine lines just sitting on the table for the faint heart. I don't know what's going on. I don't want to be a part of it. It's ridiculous, honestly. These people have no type of morality in their bones whatsoever. And I'm not even the moral police or, the high moral authority, but sometimes you got to have some type of boundaries. People are going too far. Like what happened when just folks is being married and sticking with their spouse and just having sex with just them? Why do there need to be 3 or 4 people in bed with you and extra stuff? Like, y'all have kids. Like, come on now, like this stuff you can do in your 20s, you know, where you don't have no kids and y'all have a little bit of fun, and nip that stuff in the bud, get that stuff out your system. But now you got little kids that you might possibly have to leave. So it's to me, it's a real crazy and serious situation where it's like folks just don't care anymore. They're selfish.
Mm-hmm. Did they ever care though, like Teresa and Joe Giudice, when they were committing those crimes? Do they ever think of their children first? Do they ever? A criminal is a criminal. Their desires and needs to commit crimes override family bonds and all that other stuff. Ples, what are your thoughts?
Well, to me, it's not even the need of it. It's just selfishness. You know, most people who operate in any type of crime, there are some that aren't just self-serving, that's like on a strictly poverty level, but that's neither here nor there. But people of this level of affluence, the T.I. and Tiny, the Teresa and Joe Giudice, like those types of people don't think they'll get caught. So it's the arrogance, it's the selfishness that's built into it to think that, one, this is something that I deserve. So they really don't even think that it's criminal, that it's a crime. And two, I won't get caught. And if I do get caught, I can buy my way out. And that is why they have to be very careful, because when the government is out to make somebody an example, oh, they gonna make you an example. You're gonna be the poster boy of an example. And I don't think it's all, you know, like I said, I don't care what they do in their private lives. If they want to be swingers and hang from the chandelier, for me, the issue is ladies being drugged in the lack of consent. Look, I went to get a snowball the other day, and you know how, like, when you're in a store or just anywhere and people will be on the phone telling their business. This girl was behind me telling anybody who could hear how her grandparents were swingers.
What?
And how her mother, their daughter, was the bartender at the swinging parties. They would have any parties. These were regular people, like regular people. And so I was just sitting there with my ear to because I'm nosy. I'm not messy like in real life, but I'm nosy. I want to know the business. I ain't gonna spread it, but I was like, oh, girl, say what? Your grandma was doing what? So it happens. Happens all over the place. Sexual crimes, sexual, what people call debasement and things like that. Like, none of that is new. It is when, and that's why this is silly, because this is not what they had to do. And that's where it becomes more mental and more of a power thing. It's a power and ego thing with them, because there are whole communities where they could have man, woman, dog, cat, whatever they're into, they could have them lined up. Don't be looking like that, Bishop. We done heard about Dennis and his alleged like of animals. So
in Atlanta.
Exactly. Well, I ain't gonna, let's not do that. Atlanta is a good place. It's lots of Black people doing great things, but then you got some people doing a little weird things too. They better watch out, because the eyes are on them now. Everybody thought it was just a game. They thought, oh, y'all are the only ones talking about this. Shows don't get put on hiatus for no reason. VH1 and Viacom didn't say, you know what, let's back off of this for no reason. The people who know, and they know that this isn't going anywhere anytime soon. So I hope the ladies get justice. I hope we get the truth. And if they are innocent, then they're innocent. But I think they should proudly proclaim, like we said earlier in one of the other videos, why are you trying to pay people off if you're innocent? You know, you can have my phone, you can have whatever you want to look for, because I know what I'm not doing. When you hide things, you know.
Yeah, good points. Channel members, I dropped the link to the backstage for you. Early access for the channel members. Go ahead and grab that. Marcella, what are your thoughts on them? You know, the sex trafficking, the having these girls ingest drugs, forcing them to ingest drugs against their will.
Unfortunately, that's our world of today. I mean, even in clubs here, you know, these guys feel that they don't have the confidence to get girls, buy them a drink, and just drop. It was a wealthy young man. His parents were wealthy. He did this to a student in college, and guess what? He got away with it. He got away with it. He drugged this girl and raped her. But the money. But Atlanta is Mecca. It's the black Mecca. And I'm going to tell y'all something. I would not be surprised, in my opinion, if Phaedra been dropping this for years, what's been going on. And a lot of other celebrities are going to be wrapped up in this. And we are going to be devastated. But there is a higher power, to me, stemming this on, because y'all may not believe Illuminati, but it exists. It exists. And so you better be careful. T.I. and Tiny have did something that was displeasurable to an organization, and they're bringing them all the way down. Tip took the King of Atlanta, too serious, and thought he was a what was that? Hugh Hefner. Able to get away with this for years.
Yeah.
I thought he can do this, but guess what? They let Hugh Hefner die out, and they coming to get T.I. And I wonder if T.I. will take this time for Tiny and say she didn't have nothing to do with it. It was all me.
You think so? You think? Well, she tried to take the rap, but I mean, they found, you know, he had to eventually own up to all those guns and stuff, because she was nowhere around when they found the guns. Didn't they find it in his trunk? So, I mean, wow. I mean, I wouldn't put it past T.I. to try to push the blame off on Tiny. Comment in the chat. Do you think T.I. would actually do that? I mean, I know he's a punk. I know that. But come on. Goodness gracious. Who's going to take care of the babies? They have little kids and stuff. It's very, very sad. Very, 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 very sad.
I honestly don't put it past him. I mean, you can say what you want, but to me, this goes all the way back to when he was in jail before, and they had all of the kids were little, and he was so hard up for whatever he needed that he had her doing a hand job in jail, and she got arrested for that. So if you would put the mother of your children at risk when you're already in jail, and you commit, but again, it's the arrogance of we won't get caught, and if we get caught, I'll buy her out. You know what I'm saying? She won't get in that much trouble. Now you've taken it too far. But if you look at their history, the history of being caught with all of these drugs before, all of the ex that they had.
Well, she stuffed it down her panties. That tells you a lot.
Exactly.
Any ladies, if you go visit your man in jail and he asks you to bring him some weed on the next visit or some cocaine, leave his ass. He don't love you. Or smuggle in a gun or go pick up some money from across town from this person. He don't love you. He's using you, okay?
Yeah. Kiss and pass the drugs from their mouth to the person's mouth, and then they go and they be having plastic little baggies that they will swallow and wait. Oh, it's terrible. I've seen it. Them kissing them.
You. And the CEOs too, the female CEOs that are insecure and wanting to have sex with all those big drug dealers in prison. Stop doing that. Please stop.
Right.
Please stop. Because they're watching you. They're watching you. They know what's going on. And they're just waiting for you to bring in the biggest shipment for them to bust you. So just stop. Please, please stop. Oh, Lord, help my people. Help my people. All right. So if the cops find enough information to bring charges, they're going to pass the cases along to the Los Angeles County DA's office. And the DA's office is the portion of the jurisdiction that would bring the charges, and then, you know, they have to stand trial. You know, I wonder if they'll plead. I'm pretty sure with their arrogance, they'll plead not guilty and try to somehow cop a plea deal or fight this case. Anyway, so moving on, in a statement to E. So Deadline.com reached out to Attorney Blackburn for a statement. He declined. He's done his part. He's finally stopped speaking. He doesn't want to talk anymore. He's done his part, and he's gotten this investigation underway. So kudos to you, Attorney Blackburn. Brother, I'm riding for you. I really am. But T.I. and Tiny's attorney gave a statement to E! News, and here's what they had to say. Attorney Steve Siddall said, the Harrises have not spoken to or been contacted by the Los Angeles Police Department, the Las Vegas Police Department, or indeed any member of law enforcement from any other jurisdiction in the country. Even assuming the story in the Daily Beast is close to accurate, it appears the LAPD accuser has chosen once again to remain anonymous, thereby preventing us from being in a position to disprove or refute her allegations or even examine them. Meanwhile, although we now appear for the first time to have the name of an accuser, which is that Rochelle Gent, who supposedly filed a police report in Las Vegas, we have absolutely zero details about her or her claim. Goodness gracious. In other T.I. and Tiny related news, again, going back to the woman who filed the report in Las Vegas, Rachel Jenks. She's also based in Las Vegas. She's 41 years old, and she filed the report earlier this month claiming she was drugged and sexually assaulted by the ATL couple after meeting them in an airport 11 years ago. However, because of the case was reported outside of the statute of limitations, the case was closed. Yeah, Nevada didn't change the laws until 2015. Initially, the statute of limitations for reporting sexual assault was 4 years. It's now 20 years, but it's not retroactive. So her case was closed, unfortunately. Let's comment on that. Schoolboy, your thoughts, and also your thoughts on Attorney Blackburn refusing to give comment anymore. He's shut up. He's not talking anymore.
I'm glad he shut up. I really am. I'm glad he shut up. I'm glad he sat down. You did your part, sir. Now go get you some co-counsel to know that can help you with this, because I'm with players. This is going to be an uphill battle. T.I. and Tiny are, of course, going to say not guilty. They're going to fight this tooth and nail. They got the money to do it, and they will drag this as long as they can drag this in court and go as long as they can go. So he better get some good co-counsel. It's a damn shame that Nevada didn't change that law until later on. I mean, she's not going to get justice, but if anybody else in Nevada that had an issue with them, they need to come forward so that they can get that investigated. You know, and this thing with their lawyers, we need to know all this information. At the end of the day, you telling me y'all didn't get no paperwork? Ain't nobody gave nobody no paperwork? Somebody lying somewhere. You are going to tell me that I know they got a good legal team. Somebody didn't get no paperwork or no summons. I smell bullshit. I smell bullshit somewhere. Yeah. Mm-hmm. You know, I'm sorry. I smell it. Something smell foul, and ain't nothing in the milk clean. But them fools is going to fight it as long as they can fight it, because they do not want to go down. But I'm going to tell you, it's going to be a whole lot of people in 2021 that's going to disappoint Black folks. So y'all better get ready.
Plus, what are your thoughts? We lost Bishop, huh? Oh, there he is. Can y'all hear me? Marcella, what are your thoughts?
My thoughts is y'all got to understand ghetto love.
Yeah.
Y'all have to understand ghetto love. And Tiny is going to ride with her man, okay? And I agree with Schoolboy. This is going to be an uphill battle. And I'm going to tell you why. Because these women are coming out the woodworks, and they're going to need proof. DNA wasn't taken. Police reports wasn't taken. And my thing is, somebody in the chat said exactly what I was thinking. How can these two defend themselves if the accusers can't be identified? I'm sorry, but some of these women, these cases are going to get dropped because You have no proof that they drugged you. You didn't go to the doctor and find out that you was drugged. But guess what? I believe these two are guilty. And some of these cases are 15 years ago, 11 years ago. There's absolutely no proof. And in Atlanta, these mansion parties are popular. Swinging is popular even where I live at for the rich. Listen, it's going to be an uphill battle. This lady in the airport, why you wait so long? Why these people wait so long? You are believed, but what they have in common is this young lawyer. He better know what he's going up against, because guess what? If T.I. and Tiny make it right with the group I call Illuminati, this is going to go away. You're right, Schoolboy. They're going to be fighting for years and years and years. And they're going to the prosecution is just going to drop the case because these people can't get their facts right.
I don't know about that, Marcella. I mean, you may not have physical DNA, but there are forensics that you can use. Match up airline tickets. Was T.I. and Tiny at that airport? That's not hard to prove. At the same time as this lady was there. I mean, you just match up credit card information, ticket information, that kind of thing. They may not have video footage of it. Same thing with the other victims. You can match up cell phone records. You can go all the way back and trace those things, as well as eyewitness accounts, because that does count for something. You remember that used to just convict people for years. Eyewitness accounts. DNA is something fairly new. That's not something that was always used. So if you have enough people, including people turning their staff, their employees, handlers, security guards, and all these people saying the same thing, they're going to prison. Plez, what are your thoughts?
So I just, I don't really like putting the cart way before the horse. Like, we just got it to investigation level. That's part of what their attorney is doing. And I mean, their attorney is getting paid very well to do that. Part of criminal cases is swaying public opinion. So that's what he's trying to do right now. He wants the public on their side. That's what you do when you say, oh, I can't confront my accusers, because there's no one to confront, sir. You don't get, when the police or whoever are doing an investigation, you don't get those names. Why would I give you the names when I'm still in investigation mode? Once it's like we have to get through the investigation, then those states have to determine, in cities, it can't just, the state, the city, the locale, wherever they are, will decide if they want to press charges. That DA's office will press charges. And then there's a whole other process that they have to go through with arraignment and discovery and all of these things. So when the rightful time comes for him to know who his accusers are, he will know. This ain't that time. They're right to keep. I'm surprised they even released one person's name, because this just gives them a lot of time to find that person and I'm not gonna say that, but to find that person and try to wear her down or pay her off. If I were the prosecutor or the person doing the investigation, everybody would say a Jane Doe until they're not. You don't need to know the names of people. Now, you can know, even when you know a Jane Doe, you get what the allegations are. You don't need to know a person to defend allegations. For instance, you can have whatever the facts that she's alleging on this day at this time. So if I'm building my defense, Mr. Harris and Miss Harris, where were you on this day at this time? Give me your phone records, your itineraries, your this, your that, because my goal is to disprove whatever she's saying, not who she is. Now, when you know who she is, a good defense attorney, and this is what makes sexual assault cases hard, and what makes victims honestly not want to come forth. They put the accuser on trial.
Yes.
They are going to go through these people's lives, all the way back from when they first got sexually active when they were 14, 15, 16, 18, however old. They will dig up whatever they can find to discredit the person. Because when you're in these types of cases, character is in question. Do you lie? Do you steal? Do you cheat? Were you married when you were doing this with Mr. and Miss Harris? Why? Because when I get in front of my jury, I'm going to make you look like the trollop, tramp, blank, 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 whatever that I think you are. So it's lots of reasons why we don't need these people's names right now. The other thing is that the feds will only get involved if there is like interstate stuff. So if you can prove this person was in California and you trafficked them or kidnapped them or whatever and moved them across state lines, the feds can still get involved, but the feds sit back and watch and watch and watch. It's a long process. All of this is a long process. In terms of actual evidence is relative. Plenty of cases get, tried just based on circumstantial evidence. However, there is something that's called like the Law and Order or CSI effect, where because so many of us watch Law and Order, CSI, Dateline, Discovery ID, more juries now are wanting DNA. They're wanting an actual body. They're wanting, the mess on Monica Lewinsky's dress. They're wanting to see concrete evidence, but there are people on a jury, it's just how you pick your jury, who will allow for the passage of time, because that's what happened in the Bill Cosby case. Almost all of those victims were from the 70s and 80s. Those weren't recent claims or cases, but of course they also, had the deposition back then. But those were all circumstantial things that when you put them together, the goal in the criminal case is beyond a reasonable doubt. In a civil case, which is why people go civil and just take the money most of the time, is because it's the preponderance of evidence, which is a much lower standard than beyond a reasonable doubt. Mm-hmm. So, like you said, Monica, there can be all types of evidence. Evidence doesn't have to just look like DNA. It could be the combination of a bunch of witness statements and actual testimony, a bunch of phone records that corroborate. When the more things you have that corroborate these ladies' personal statements and testimonies, the most reasonable people on a jury will be like, more likely than not, but again, beyond a reasonable doubt. And in most states, you need a unanimous jury for criminal cases that are this big. Some states you can get like 10 out of the 12 pack, but usually you need the full team. So it's going to be a lot. It's going to be a lot, which is why I'm like, the criminal attorneys, but the criminal attorneys are there. The states are going to put the best of the best on these types of cases. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm glad Tyrone, maybe he watched us, Monica. Maybe he watched us and heard us saying, stop getting on live, stop doing this other stuff. Yeah. I'm glad that he's taken a step back. I'm glad he got it this far, but to continue the fight, like, you up against the big guns now, sir. So,
well, I'm glad he's not actually having to do the trial. He's not the trial attorney. The DA is the one that's going to have to prove this case to the jury. Queenism says Tiny is 45, T.I. is 40. This is what happens when you marry 80s babies. Those are 70 babies. Tiny was born in the 70s. She's 45. T.I. as well. Yeah.
Don't put that on my generation. Shoot,
I'm 83. I'm 83. Somebody out, they done already labeled us geriatric millennials the other day. Let's leave that alone.
When I was 35, I was called old. I was like, okay. The R. Kelly case, a lot of his victims, it happened a long time ago. There's no physical DNA. But if you have enough victims telling the same story. You have handlers turning on you. You have video, I guess. Any
Yeah,
kind
I
of
was like,
stuff
R.
they can
Kelly a
use.
little bit, but you never know when they get to exploring T.I. and Tiny's mention. You never know what you might
But they'll
uncover
find,
there.
yeah, they may have mementos of dried semen or, vaginal juices someplace. Who knows? Predators like to keep mementos of their crimes. So
Yes.
who knows what's going on? Bishop, what do you think? What are your thoughts?
Well, I'm glad that the attorney took our advice. We know you watching. We glad that you got off camera. It wasn't a good look being on these Instagram lives. I mean, I'm with it. If a crime has been committed, it needs to go to court, and I'm here for it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. I'm looking forward to it as well. Let me go ahead and acknowledge some super chats before we continue on with the report. Patricia McLaughlin, thank you so much for the super sticker. We appreciate you. Chandra Bloom, thank you for the super chat. Yes, Ples, my same thoughts. You go, girl. Hearts to you. Sabrina Johnson, thank you for this generous super chat. Thank you to the entire panel. Y'all are helping me get through a lot. Prayers and blessings to you all. Prayers and blessings to you and whatever you're going through. God will get you through it. We love you. T. Roney, thank you for the super chat. The fact that VH1 just gave Monica her own show is telling. They don't plan on bringing back T.I. and Tiny Friends and Family Hustle. Charges are true. Right. They gave Monica her own show so she can go ahead and bring on Toya and LaToya Luckett on that show. That's the replacement.
She doing the crime show at that. I thought that was ironic. I was like,
is she?
Yeah, it's a crime investigative show. Like she's doing the narration, kind of like a Dateline type show. Like a For Your Man show. You know how they talk about breaking it down. Yeah, she's.
It's gonna be interesting on VH1.
Yes, God.
Monica, I can't see her narrating crimes and stuff.
She's like doing like they're breaking down.
You got too many criminals around her, though. I mean, her man locked up in prison. Her man locked up for murdering someone, right? Murder. I mean, how are they giving her a crime show? That's crazy. Oh my God. Yeah.
It's befitting if you ask me. You like thugs, talk about crime. I mean,
well, she gonna talk about her good friends, T.I. and Tiny in the white van. That's what I want to know. I mean,
right.
I do think well, now that you say it like that, I think it fits VH1's demographic. I'll say that.
Speaking of VH1, did y'all notice all about the tea last night on
Yes, God.
Did you see it last night on Black Ink Crew? Yes, we were.
Oh,
we were on there. Yeah, they featured our article on C's and his daughter and the whole drama with that stuff going on.
Wow.
Oh yeah, that was cool. Yeah, I always love that. Shout out to Tanya for the Cash App. I appreciate you. Kaza Love, thank you for the super chat. Does anyone know if the Las Vegas police spoke to Molly Mall about T.I. and Tiny? Molly just got 2 to 3 years for running a prostitution ring in Vegas. Probably, yeah, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure their names were tossed around and he brought them up because 2 to 3 years is nothing. That's a sweet plea deal. For sex trafficking, prostitution, they're all going down. They're all going down. And I'm pretty sure Molly Mall, nowadays, there's no such thing as no one snitching. No one's going to prison. Prison's not a fun place to be. Nobody wants to be there. You can't make money there. As a man, you can't make money. As a female, too. No sex. Can't make money. Can't see your family. People telling you what to do. Jail sucks. No one wants to be there. So no one's doing 30 and 40 years if they don't have to. What you need to know? Let's have a chat.
Yes. You said no sex in jail. I thought they was
well for the heterosexual people anyway.
And T.I. is a snitch allegedly. He will tell it.
Yeah.
Go tell it on the mountain.
He's only getting 2 to 3 years, and you know what's up, right? Asanta, thank you for the super chat. But we do know T.I. is known for cheating always on Tiny, and she always stay. Tiny doesn't have respect for herself. Anyway, T.I. gonna always cheat because he knows Tiny gonna always stay. I think that's the least of their worries right now. I think cheating is the last of their worries. I guess Tiny said if you can't beat them, might as well join them. Let me help you.
I wonder what's going on in their minds, in their head right now, because Tiny sure act like they're going to do a concert, and she's trying to act like this don't bother her. I know their relationship at home cannot be normal. It can't. They're stressed out.
I saw a picture of him, and that Negro looked stressed. All
Yeah.
over his chest, he looked stressed. Like he looked like black. It looked like black underneath his eyes. Like he ain't sleeping. He looked terrible.
It's a rough time. It's a rough time for them. Listen,
I promise you, a lot of celebrities are going to get pulled in this. Y'all watch and see. It's going to be devastating to all of us.
Yeah. I mean, All-Star Weekend was in February in Atlanta, and that's like prime time. That's like his Super Bowl, and he couldn't recruit anyone. So of course he's gonna be stressed out. It's just a rough time for those two. It's a rough time. Kima Johnson, thank you so much for the super chat. She says, "Tis, tis, tis. Panel, keep up the good work. And if you're watching, why the hell haven't you hit that damn like button?" I like your style, Kima Johnson. I like your style, girl. Absolutely. Go on and hit that like button. Thanks for the reminder. Dorit Frank, thank you so much for the super chat. I think there will be more women coming forward. Absolutely. I think so too. Asha R, thank you for the super chat. Latham versus the 1953 trust docket. And there's a docket number there, filed, blah, 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 blah. Human trafficking. Beyonce and Jay-Z is listed, New York. Huh? What? Get out. We need to check that out. Okay. What? Have you heard about that, Plus? Beyonce and
Say that
Jay-Z.
again.
No.
What?
She said Latham versus the 1953 trust docket number 120 CV 07102, filed on August 21st, 2020. Human trafficking. Beyonce and Jay-Z are listed. New York. Huh. Wow. Listen, it wouldn't shock. Listen, nothing shocks me nowadays. Stacy Nelson, thank you for the super chat. Love y'all. Nothing shocks me besides that Caucasian woman pretending to be black yesterday. That shocked me when she said, let me stop being silly, y'all. Oh my goodness. Okay, so let me see who we have here. Chandra Bloom, thank you for the super chat. We appreciate you. T. Roney, the fact that VH1 gave Monica, okay, we talked about that one. Thank you so much, T. Roney. We appreciate you. Patricia McLaughlin says, Ples, if the accusers remain anonymous, how can the cases go forward? Thank you for the super chat, by the way.
All right. Well, I think I addressed that already. But yeah, they can go forward. There will become a point where they won't be anonymous anymore, but that goes way through they have to get charged first, and all those things go through arraignment, go through preliminary hearings, then you'll get to discovery and all of those things. No one gets to trial without knowing who their accusers are, but we're a long way from trial. So They will eventually know who they can allegedly witness tamper with, if that's what you need to know. Allegedly. They will know who they need to interrogate and harass.
Or pay off. Yeah.
Yes.
Sad but true. Absolutely. Brooklyn Nikki, I like your name. Thank you for the super chat. I love your show. Keep up the good work. Thank you, Nikki. We appreciate you. Shout out to Brooklyn and shout out to Atlanta. Not everyone in the great city of Atlanta are like T.I. and Tiny. There's upstanding citizens there. It's a beautiful city. So shout out to y'all. I'm sorry you're getting such a bad rep. It's a lot. I know it's a lot to deal with. Patricia McLaughlin is the pronunciation. Oh, okay. McLaughlin is the pronunciation. Okay. Thank you, my love. I got it. Thank you. Sorry for mispronouncing. Lisa Jackson, thank you for the super chat. We appreciate you. Let me see who we have here. There was something here I needed to read. C. Mithern, thank you for the super chat. LA is an affirmative consent state. So if the victim did not expressively say, yes, it's rape. Doesn't look good. Hope the truth comes out. Yeah, me too. Me too. Candy Chambers, thank you for the super chat. It's funny how they are putting black faces to these crimes. Where are the rest of Epstein's rich friends that were buying young girls? Yeah, well, they took care of Epstein in prison.
They gonna work on Bill Gates next. Bill Gates going down, and his wife is digging the grave.
Yeah, I think sometimes our view is obstructed by what we see. I mean, do y'all watch mainstream media and news? Because this happened a lot with like the Gail and Oprah thing, and people getting mad about her with Russell Simmons and R. Kelly and all of these things. And it's like, well, where are the documentaries about Epstein? They're there. Did you look for them? Like, people have done documentaries about
Numerous.
him. People have done documentaries about Harvey Weinstein. It's just that maybe because you're not looking for it, or it's not in the mainstream stuff that you watch, those things have been done. And in our community, we have to be careful I just hate this counter argument that seems like everything that's done, it's like, well, what about the white people? They are doing it too. It does. So that's your standard. You want to be able to do what they do, or do you want to protect black women and girls that you claim you want to protect? Like, which one is it? Because you can't say, I mean, are we just supposed to ignore alleged child abusers or rapists in our own community? Is that what that means? Like, even if we already know the deck is stacked against us, that doesn't mean that we should ignore crimes and depravity in our own community. Now, is it unfair that sometimes it seems like our headlines are bigger than others? Sure. But don't act like those people weren't those people. Weinstein dominated the news for months. Epstein did too, although I don't really believe he did. That's neither here nor there. Come on. Like, we got to stop that mindset and that narrative of, well, they did it too. Like, when we were talking about Portia, it's a completely different thing. But people kept saying, well, Kim Kardashian has done it. That's who you that's your queen. Like, that's who you look up to. That's who you aspire to be. Then you got some other issues. But quit saying that immoral or illegal or whatever behavior should be excused because other people have done it and gotten away with it for years. They shouldn't have done it either. But I'm not in their community, so I don't care to call that out. I'm calling out what affects my people in my community.
Right. And sometimes we as Black people, when we are rich, we think that we can do what they can do. But guess what? They don't accept our money as easy as they accept the white folks' money. So you already know you are outsider. They only accept you in that circle because you have money. And other than that, they would think you were the servant. Go get my drink. And you are millionaires like them. But Black people don't know how to say, let me help my community, because they're so busy wanting to get in the circle with the white folks. And they don't really like you. They just know that you have money. They really don't like you.
Yeah, and I understand what Plez is saying, and I understand the other side of the argument. As Black people, we always feel like we're under attack. And we do know that in the media, we're portrayed a lot differently than our counter folks, white people. So we get on the defense about it. I understand what's like, well, so what about so-and-so? We always talk about us. So I get it. But at the same time, we need to get T.I. and Tiny off the street. We have to end their crime spree. We don't want them kidnapping any more women, Black, white, Asian, whatever. We need to put a stop to this. Wrong is wrong and right is right. Okay? So that's how I feel about that. People are saying that they're getting kicked off the stream from YouTube. Is YouTube down, or is there an issue? Come back in.
Yeah, when I'm seeing it and it just kicked me out. So it's coming down. I don't know what's going on. It's kicking people out. They keep cutting off
your live.
They keep cutting off the stream. If you're coming in on YouTube, it keeps cutting it off and it's kicking people out.
Oh, brother. Chandra Bloom, thank you so much for the super chat. Preach, Marcella and Plez. I wonder if that's happening to everyone. I wonder if it's StreamYard. Could be StreamYard and not YouTube. Because
No,
StreamYard
it gives you a YouTube support something's wrong. So it's YouTube.
It was giving me issues earlier too when I was trying to set up the thing. And
StreamYard kicked me off. Well, something kicked me off, but I'm only on StreamYard, not YouTube. So it kicked me off a little while ago.
Oh Lord, here we go. The devil is so busy.
Is. My God, he needs to get underneath my feet right now in the name of Jesus.
The devil is so busy, but you can't take me out. I'm telling you, I keep fighting.
And Tiny and T.I. call me on my phone, girl, I won't even answer. These people better stop talking to them because what I say, the feds is tracking their phones. If they're moving money, the feds is looking at them shift money. Because I know T.I. is going to start preparing that if we go down, you know, we need to have this loop over here, give my mama some money, make sure my kids okay. They better be careful.
Yeah, Mrs. Hooper, thank you so much for the super chat. Be blessed, you all. Monica and the Teacup family, keep up the good work. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. Tamika Jones, thank you for the super sticker. We appreciate you. Thank you. Let me see here. Chandra Bloom, thank you for the super sticker. Monica, Sabrina Patterson, a scorned friend that has set the stage to watch this all come crashing down. No, she didn't. T.I. and Tiny did. Yeah, they're the ones that allegedly did the crime. So they're the ones that put themselves in this situation. If they hadn't done anything, then no one would be coming forward to accuse them of anything. She's not making anyone do anything. This is just karma, separate, you know, just call it what you want, but nothing, whatever goes on in the dark eventually comes to light. Don't you agree, Blas? I mean, that's just how life is. I know you people think out there, yes, some people do get away with things, but you get away with nothing. It might take 20 years, but eventually it will catch right back up to you. You got to pay for everything you do, everything. Nothing is free. No one gets a free ride. Donna, thank you so much for the super chat. The T have me clutching my pearls. Okay. T Ness, thank you. Circumstantial evidence will not get it. He will need preponderance of the evidence, which is going to be crucial. Love y'all. We love you too. Patricia Clueless, thank you for the super chat. Very generous super chat. Thank you. Monica and panel, y'all are amazing. Blessed beyond measure. I know you guys keep texting me during the live. There's nothing I can do about it, babies. Just come back in. Yeah. Yeah, just come back in to the chat. If you could come back into the live, if you can, there's nothing I can do. I don't know what's going on with YouTube. There might be an issue, with StreamYard. We still have 3,500 people watching, so it's still active, right? Let me see. Can you pull up the live on YouTube, Schoolboy, on your phone or something? Let me know if it's
it's still showing that it's live. It's just kicking people out. So I don't know if it's an issue just with YouTube in general.
My mic is still on and my tablet too. We still live.
We still live. It's just buffering on YouTube.
So people said it's buffering and that it's and then the screen is black on some other people.
Oh goodness gracious! I don't know what's going on. It must be this T.I. and Tiny stuff. They trying to block this video. Wow. Anyway, Tamika Jones, thank you for the super chat. We appreciate you. She says, bad boys, bad boys, bad boys. Yes. Okay. So let's keep this thing moving. Let's keep this thing going. Another T.I. and Tiny related news. We got to talk about Nelly. An accuser claims that T.I. and Tiny forced her to have sex with Nelly. This is so sad that he has to be pulled into this stuff and tarnish the legacy of St. Louis once again. So, okay. The woman's story traces back to a video posted on Instagram in February that recounted some of the accusations made by most other victims who alleged they were sexually abused by T.I. and Tiny. So, the woman's unidentified, referring to her only as Jane Doe number 4. The narrator recounted the survivor's alleged story, which claims she was approached by Tiny to be her assistant back in 2005. It noted that she was allegedly never compensated for working for the couple. And on one occasion, T.I. stood over her and Tiny stood close by as T.I. forced her to open her mouth and swallow 8 ecstasy pills. Throughout the duration of her time with T.I. and Tiny, the duo forced her to engage in sexual acts with different women against her will. In 2014, T.I. and Tiny forced her to have sexual intercourse with rapper Nelly against her will. So, yeah, that happened back in 2014. So T.I. and Tiny, an assistant that used to work for them, is claiming that the couple forced her to take ecstasy pills, forced her to engage in lesbian sex, and forced her to have sex with Nelly, St. Louis rapper. Teresa Moten, thank you so much for this generous super chat. Love you guys. Miss you. Monica, I love how you speak so soft, but yet you can be fierce. Thank you, my love. What are your thoughts, schoolboy?
It's a damn shame. But you know, this ain't the first time Nelly's been accused of this. Remember, he was accused of this before, and they took it to a civil case, paid it, and it went on, and the documents were sealed. So, not surprised. I mean, you are typically the company that you keep. No shade. But I'm not surprised. Now you sit up here forcing people, and this is I'm with Bishop and Players. I'm sorry. Okay, I understand people is out here doing the freaky deaky, and you want to do what you want to do out here. But why we can't be consented and be in our right mind? If you got to be out here drugging folks to do this, it's wrong and it's a crime, and you go to jail. This is absolutely extreme. Eight pills. That person could have OD'd and died. Then what would have happened? Because see, this is a problem with these narcotics. People don't understand. This stuff ain't just made with what it was. You know, it's not made like it was back in the day, and they was just they adding a little bit of this, a little bit of that, sprinkle it together, make it a little bit harder so that people get hooked quicker.
Lacing it with fentanyl.
Yeah, it's too much out here. And I'm like, Bishop, what is wrong with people? Why you can't just sleep with your partner? Why you got to be out here dipping it and doing it with everybody? This don't make no damn sense. And I'm gonna tell you, black folks, Marcella was right. Our money is not the same when we get rich. We cannot run around here and fool la la like these white folks. They do not see it for us like that. Okay, you need to mind your business and mind your P's and Q's, and your entourage and these people hanging out with you. They have nothing to lose. They don't care if they go out and do a crime, but you connected to it. That's your brand. That's what you look like. You can't be out here looking crazy. I don't understand this. People, if you want to do what you want to do, I don't care what people do in their bedroom. But damn it, just do it the right way. Have consenting people. Don't be out here drugging folks. They need to be up underneath somebody's jail. Fed jail, a regular jail. I don't care what jail they put them in. They both need to be in jail if this is what they're doing to people. This is absolutely ridiculous. And Nelly, I ain't surprised, sir. I ain't surprised, sir, because you just had an allegation. Not surprised.
Many allegations in the past too, not just one. Plus, what are your thoughts about Nelly possibly? Because I know he was buddy with those two, gallivanting around Atlanta. I've seen him in the past. What are your thoughts?
The allegations aren't surprising. Birds of a feather do flock together. But more importantly, it goes back to the overarching lifestyle of the rap game. People don't want to admit it, but rap culture, trap culture, particularly amongst this group, encourages this type of stuff. For me, it's about growth and looking back on things that you once thought were like okay or funny, or it's just a song, and being like, hold on. For instance, Snoop Dogg's Doggy Style album, right, came out in 93. There's a song on there called It Ain't No Fun If the Homies Can't Have None. I myself can admit that I used to sing that crap to the top of my lungs. Like, that was my jam. And now I look back on it as a fully grown adult, 38 years old, and I listen to some of these lyrics and I'm like, say what now? It is literally
Insane.
A blueprint of getting getting somebody, whether that's through drugs, alcohol, or just flat out coercion. Because let's be real, a lot of the women that they choose them for a reason. They pick young girls or ladies, period, who are already strippers, IG models, runaways, whatever. People who are already desperate to get in the circle, who like the attention, who want the attention. And that already is a level of undue influence, right?
Mm-hmm.
By manipulating people with who and what you are to do what you want them to do. But then once you add drugs, you force my mouth open and 8 pills. Honestly, I'm surprised there have not been scenes, and I wouldn't be surprised that there are scenes that happen that other people have covered up for him, the police being called out and cover up, like the Andrew Gillum situation. I'm surprised he hasn't walked up on one of those where
Mm-hmm.
somebody
Mm-hmm.
passes out or basically is ODing, and then you got to cover up and come up with a lie on how this happened. 8 pills. You don't know what that person is on already. You don't know how much liquor they had. And all it takes is the right combination. Like with and I'm not saying he was involved in sexual things, but Gerald Levert. A lot of
That's
people
sad.
know that like that was an accidental overdose because he had over the counter things, like I got a sinus infection, but then took other things and alcohol. And you just don't know with all of these chemicals in somebody's body composition what will take them out.
Yeah. Well,
So
I'm pretty sure someone has died in their custody and they're buried someplace in the backyard. They done burnt up the body and the skeletal is buried back there. They need to go in and dig up the whole surrounding land. There's a lot of forest back there. That forest he was walking in. Go in and dig that stuff up. Get the police dogs back there. I don't put nothing past these people. I'm telling
I
you.
really hope not, but like y'all said, with Nelly, it has been alleged before on his own outside of T.I. and Tiny, where there's smoke, there's fire. And I just want guys, who was that early on, Lil Scrappy? He almost
Mm-hmm.
implicated himself as well.
You sure
Like
did.
everybody who's
Mm-hmm.
around the circle may want to start dotting their I's and
Mm-hmm.
crossing their T's because if the block gets too hot,
Yeah.
names will be named. Nino
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Brown, Monica loves saying cancel that bitch, but Nino Brown
Yeah.
also stood up and said, if I'm going down, there's a whole lot of
The
people going down.
all you motherfuckers going down with me. Everything okay.
So,
I'm having a bad storm here. It's been raining and flooding and all kinds of stuff here. It's really, really bad. So,
yes,
and then
pray for
YouTube is
Louisiana.
acting up. They're saying on Twitter that YouTube is down and having problems. So we're going to try to consolidate tonight's live. And so if I get kicked out, guys, and you know what's happened, I'm going to go ahead and add Queen Tulsa. Hey, boo. I sent you a message in the private chat. Did you see that?
I did.
Okay, cool. Good.
Unfortunately, I had just received my wine from the prison. T.I. Allegedly already has his wine collection going, honey.
Shit.
They said it's called Sweet Booty. Okay, hold on, let me tell you.
Not Sweet Booty. Sweet Booty.
Oh my God.
Girl.
Okay, and back to the seriousness. Thank you, everybody. Monica Schoolboy, the Bishop, Ples, and Auntie Monica. This is an all exclusive on All About the Tea. First of all, I want you to subscribe, hit the notification bell. Congratulations to Attorney Blackwell. However, we need backup. Survivors, congratulations. Tanya's writing for T.I. how Shikana put them on blast. Go hard. T.I. R. Kelly said your booty's calling him. Get it, bitch, and good luck with that. Okay? I know I'm not the only one. It's getting hot in here. Fuck that. So keep on all your clothes. I am getting so hot. I want to keep my clothes on. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay. While Tiny was trying to figure out who can she run to, she should have been listening to Keisha Cole. Let it go, but you can't. Make sure you call Tyrone, but not on your soulmate's phone. Okay. The crime spree must stop. Ti, when you try to change your image, you should have gotten canceled with your dissolving marriage. I'm holding Rick Ross responsible for the Molly in her cup line from one of his songs. And that's
She didn't even
all I
know.
have from In the Field. This is Queen Tulsa. Back to you guys in the studios.
Thank you, Queen Tulsa. We appreciate
Love
you.
you.
Stay safe out there in the field,
Hold
and
on.
we'll see you
And
tomorrow
like
night.
Auntie Marcella,
Yes.
I'm
Yes,
with
baby.
I'm
I
with you.
see you.
I see you. I see you too. Okay.
I'm here for the blonde wig. I'm here for the
I'm like,
blonde
both of y'all on the investigation team. Y'all got y'all detective glasses on, the shades, the aviators, honey.
The shades.
Well, listen.
Thank
Hear
you,
it
Queen
all about the
Tulsa,
tea.
our teacup correspondent from the field. Thank you for
Yes.
reporting tonight.
Thank you
Have
guys.
a good
Back to you
evening.
guys
Stay
in the
safe
studios.
out there. Okay, bye-bye.
But Monica, let me say this. You know what? I'm gonna tell you, when you go to Atlanta and like the rich people that live in the DC area, they always live in the woods. And I am truly feeling when something happened, like they look, Kirk is out in the woods. See, they don't actually live in Atlanta. They live in Duluth, and all those places are wooded. So if somebody did pass out and die, girl, you might be on to something.
Yeah. I
Oh my,
might get kicked off of here, Marcel. Let me try to move things along. This is storming. Really, y'all hear it in the back? Can y'all hear it? It's listen. It's like really. It sounds like it's a YouTube video, but it's not.
I can hear it, but it's my own storm. It's storming here
Oh,
too.
okay.
Oh damn! Is it raining outside here in Texas?
Dory.
Probably is too.
Yeah, Louisiana is bad. We were
Lake Charles is a
underwater.
mess right now. Half of it's underwater right now. Dorit, I want to put you on, but you got to turn your cameras on. That's a requirement, my love. I'm the only person here allowed to not have my camera on. Yeah. All right, Sassy76, you ready to come on or join us? Give me a thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up, Sassy76. Okay, you can't hear me. Oh, there you go. Hey, Dorit, how you doing, girlfriend?
I don't have my makeup on, and you made me do this.
Girl, you look good. Listen, you got the shades on. I love it. I know you're about to read. Break it down for us.
Okay, so I agree with Plez. The waters run deep, very deep with this, and a lot more is coming out, whether you're white or black.
Yeah.
I heard that this is a cult, and it's going to be something to listen to and watch because
Absolutely.
it's just the beginning.
Yes.
No idea how many people are involved.
Yeah. My friend just said, you have no idea how many people are involved in this. Famous people, mind you. And you know, it's not even about the money, because how much money do you need? You know, it's a sickness.
It's about absolute power.
yes.
Yeah, it's a pedophilia thing. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I mean, it's gone too far now.
Yeah, that's what we heard too, that it's a lot of pedophilia going on also. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
You know,
Yes.
there's just no words for it. They just aren't. And I think we're going to be shocked when, you know, it's all going to come out. And hold on to your shirts, everybody, because it's going to be good.
Yeah.
Oh, Monica
Fact.
went bye-bye, y'all. So we know the storm went bad. She's out. Oh Lord.
Hopefully she'll be back.
Oh, she can come back in. Oh God.
Yeah, Mr. Reed, you are absolutely right. It is pedophilia, and it's so bad that to try to cover up everything, they say it's the Democrats doing it, and you know, trying to blame it on a political party when they know that this stuff is coming out. Matt Gaetz, all this stuff is coming out, and his father is filthy rich. And I want to see if these charges are going to stick with him, because pedophilia has been going on. In Atlanta, they have had the most girls missing out of every state. Atlanta, in Georgia. So I don't know what's going on, but I'm glad that it's coming to fruition. I'm glad that it's coming to the surface, and we need to get all these nasty bastards off the streets.
Amen.
Watch your children.
Yeah, because they love the innocent.
And I'm going to say these songs that they're making, all these dreadful songs. I mean, when you hear that they're making songs about sex, and our children are loving these lyrics and don't even know what they mean, which is really crazy. And I'm telling you, they bring the drugs in very poor communities, and it just destroys. The poor communities can't even move forward because they done got hooked on drugs.
That's right.
But I thank you, Mr. Reed. Thank you for being a teacup. And hit
Thank
that
you.
like button. Good night.
Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to speak.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Anytime. Come on back and see us.
Okay, we'll do. Good night.
Love you.
All right, good night.
Love you.
Hit the like button.
I always do.
Okay. Everybody
All right,
in us, y'all hit the like
End the
button.
stream.
You know